Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Boruto reaction. Watching episode 178 today. Before we begin, make sure the description below. Check out my Patreon, Discord, Instagram, and all that good stuff.
What's on Patreon?
On Patreon, except for $1, you get early access reactions to Pokemon and Boruto episodes, as well as shoutouts in the description of every video. You can also get things like early access to other shows as well, like Dragon Ball. So check it out. What happened last time on Boruto?
Did we just end the last arc?
We did.
So they know all about, was it Kara?
They know more about Kara. They think there might be more of them out there. Yeah. They're like, was it the leader that we defeated?
He's still alive too. He's the old guy. Which I don't know how he's still alive.
Maybe he's not in good shape.
No. And the boss guy didn't seem happy with him.
No.
But yeah, so they need to get on this, destroy it.
Their hideout was like in a weird cube.
Oh yeah, it's like an alternate dimension.
I mean, if you're gonna have a hideout where no one can find it, have it another dimension.
Pro tip.
Pro tip for villains. So yeah, they're having to figure out like who else is on Kara's side, because there's regular people that are on their side as well and working for them.
But they're keeping the borders open.
Yeah. Naruto decided to keep the borders open because he felt like, you know, chakra connects us all, and we're all connected, and I feel like if we cut that off, we're only hurting ourselves.
And Shikamaru's like, I knew you were gonna say that.
That makes our job harder. So he essentially said we need to increase security, but like not make everybody else like nervous or anything about it. So yeah, we're done with that arc, and we're gonna go in now into the next arc, which is the Vessel arc.
Which is manga material?
Which is manga material. Not all of it. They put in some things to kind of flesh things out more.
That's okay.
So I think this episode is not manga, but it's like, it's taking out, it's introducing it into. But yeah, this next arc is manga material.
Oh yes.
It's a bit saucy. Just for a disclaimer, I'm caught up on the manga, and I'm caught up on the sub as well of the anime. You are the blind watcher.
Yes.
And we're watching it in dub, because we prefer dub, which is fine. We all enjoy it different ways.
We're not going to change that. Just before you comment.
Just before you comment. We're watching this whole thing in dub. Why would we change it now? But yeah, are you ready to see what happens next?
I'm ready.
Let's begin.
Seriously, you're still here? Guess you're taking your time today.
Excuse me?
No, this isn't a day off.
You're going to talk to your father like that?
Up at the last minute. Don't come crying to me when you run out of time to get ready.
Yeah, that's a mom thing to say.
What do you mean?
It's the day of remembrance for those killed in the 4th Great Ninja War.
Oh, Day of Remembrance. Like Memorial Day?
I reminded you all about it just the other day.
It's a day where we pay our respects to your grandfather and many of our fallen friends.
Yeah, his daddy died.
A lot of people.
That was sad,
In Leaf Village, it's a...
That was sad.
We thought they were safe.
To every single shinobi in the 5 great nations, today is very important.
A lot happened, man. We saw all of it. We saw his dad die. Oh.
So many people have gathered on this day of remembrance for the 4th Great Ninja War.
Everyone's here.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming. Although many years have passed since that event, even now when I close my eyes, it feels like it only happened yesterday.
You almost died
During
too?
the fierce fighting, many of our friends risked their lives, and some perished in our efforts to protect the world and its people.
Excuse me.
Yes? What can I do to help you today, sir?
Would
Hello.
Dr. Katasuke be available to meet? I was told it would be okay to ask him to perform some maintenance on the prosthetic arm he made for me.
Oh, yes. Of course. Please wait for a moment.
I'm making you nervous?
I'm very sorry, but unfortunately he isn't in today.
I'll try again later.
I
In
like
the
his
meantime,
voice.
Please give Dr. Katasuke my regards.
Can't remember the guy's name, but he does a lot of voices in Naruto. He's a Orochimaru's voice as well.
Hi, I've come to pick up the report like usual.
Sure, just a moment.
Something suspicious about him?
What did he want anyway?
Sus.
Oh, it seems he wanted Dr. Katasuke to perform some maintenance on his prosthetic
What
arm.
happened to patient confidentiality?
He's a ninja, you gotta tell him everything.
Before then, we had been divided.
But now we are united.
Everywhere joined together to achieve victory. However, in the end, doing so cost us the lives of many of our friends.
Tons. In Neji.
In conclusion, I offer my sincerest condolences to those who passed away in the Fourth Great Ninja War.
We give our condolences as well.
We do.
It was sad that you cried.
I cried a lot.
Hey, Shikamaru. What are you doing over here?
On days like these, I end up thinking about that day.
That
How
was
could
a
you not?
Crazy
That
day.
day, huh?
The day when we got the final transmission from my dad and your father over at the Allied Forces headquarters.
I think about it too, but I gotta say, it kind of makes me mad knowing that we think about the same thing.
That's pretty mean. My dad used what little time he had left to entrust us with a strategy to defeat the Ten Tails.
I have a plan to stop Ten Tails. Our final act. Put me through to everyone on the battlefield.
They're like, it's coming here, guys.
And if this plan doesn't work, what then?
Then you live on and take the reins, Shikamaru.
HQ will soon be no more.
Although given the situation,
They did their
there was
best.
No way we could refuse.
He had to take his dad's
That's
place,
true.
just
It was
right there
totally
and then.
unfair of them to make themselves look as cool as that, even at the very end.
Unfair? What do you mean by that?
It's the truth, isn't it?
They did make themselves look really cool. They stayed calm and they're like, right, we got a
HQ
plan.
will soon be no more.
I haven't given you a thing.
You gave me everything.
Huh?
I was able to grow up staring at your back, Dad.
You taught me how to be a man.
Ino, you've grown up to perfectly embody the symbolic meaning of the Yamanaka clan's crest, the purple bush clover.
Ah, enemy beam.
What I am most
It was a
proud
sad
of
time.
is your care and compassion towards your friends.
Oh, it was beautiful. What a beautiful show.
You have blossomed into a beautiful bush clover flower indeed.
It's just that when they told us their strategy to defeat the Ten Tails and entrusted everything to us back then,
Yeah.
do you think they actually believed we'd be able to carry it out successfully? I mean,
I think
maybe
so.
my fathers only said what they said back then in order to try and boost our morale, you know?
Sometimes that's what's needed.
Right?
Well,
I think they were the kind of
no
parents
way
that
of
did
finding
believe
out
in
now.
them.
It really isn't like me to get so bothered about something. You think that the day will come when we'll lead by example, believe in them, and leave everything in their hands just like
I
our
hope
dads
not.
did
I don't want
us?
you guys to die.
Right?
Well, I'm not really sure.
Since you've come to the Hidden Leaf for maintenance on your prosthetic arm, does that mean you're an acquaintance of Dr. Katasuke's?
That's right. When I was injured in the Fourth Great Ninja War, he was the one who saved me.
Oh, I see.
Do you recognize him or know who he
Injuries were
is?
from the Great War.
They'll tell
Please
you,
don't be so
but I just
sad.
didn't know if you knew.
It's thanks to the
I
doctor's
felt as soon as I saw him
prosthetic
that I
limbs I'm
should,
still here.
but I'm like,
It makes me happy being from the same
I
village
don't
as him.
remember it.
I'll make sure to tell the
They'll
doctor.
tell you.
Was he a big character?
He's a side character. He was in the war. We've seen him many times.
It appears that we've arrived too late.
I'd only be a nuisance by staying too long. So excuse me.
Please, let's pay our respects and leave flowers.
Okay.
Very well.
I would. I'd be right there.
I've finally been able to pay my respects to my fallen comrades. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, I was at headquarters when it was destroyed.
Ah,
He's the only survivor.
Who ended up
wow.
surviving. I should have come here.
He was there when it
sooner
got
than
blown up.
this.
wow.
So much time has passed.
He lost like his whole body.
I was sure that it was all over.
There was nothing left.
Hey! There's a survivor over here!
Oh no.
But I remained in a coma for many years.
Wow.
When I finally woke up, I learned that everyone I'd fought with had died.
Yeah, everybody that was in
I
that
discovered how
building.
my body had changed. Sometimes I wished I'd perished rather than live like that. And while I was lying there in that desperate state, unexpectedly, someone appeared before me.
Dr.
It was
Kataske!
him.
Him.
He actually was good though this time. He rebuilt his body.
Dr. Kataske. I devoted myself to rehab. Little by little, I relearned how to perform everyday tasks. I was able to regain a normal life.
Are you still a shinobi now?
No. In this condition, I had to retire. No matter how much I train or how many jutsu I master, there's still a limit. There are beings in existence that I could never defeat.
I guess that's an awake, like an awake
Still,
call for you.
just by
like,
acknowledging
there's
that
some things
fact,
out there that is
I
just
actually
beyond.
feel stronger.
You've chosen to live your life as something other than a shinobi, is that right?
Every day, I think about how I have to live the rest of my life to its fullest for the sake of those who died back then. You know, it bothered me that I hadn't really grieved for my friends all this time. But now, thanks to you bringing me here today, I got to make that happen. So thank you.
He's not sus. He's a nice guy.
really
He's not sus. He's
Mr.
nice.
Shikamaru.
Oh.
They know who he is.
They recognize him?
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. You're Mr. Ao, the right-hand man of the 5th Mizukage, Mei.
From the mist. He was one with the Byakugan.
See, sir. It's been a
Oh.
while, hasn't it? You truly are his son. You look so much like him.
He does.
He does a lot like him, especially the little stubble.
I think that I should take my leave now.
Ow.
Got
You
some-
aren't going nowhere.
You got something else to say?
What is it?
During the war, do you remember when the tailed beast bomb hit the Allied Shinobi Forces
Yes.
HQ?
I do.
You were there along with my father and Mr. Inoichi, right? My dad, Shikaku Nara, was an advisor at the headquarters and told us about his strategy to defeat the Ten Tails. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder if my dad completely believed his strategy would actually be able to work.
It's been acting
That's him.
strangely. It always seems to keep aiming far away. So every city and person is within its
He was the
range
one
of
that was like
fire.
reading the situation.
This is...
What is it, Lord Ao?
Please, listen to me calmly.
Right here.
He put together the best strategy that he could, and relayed all of it to you. I thought that Shikaku's plan was nothing less than perfect, but to be honest, I personally had no idea whether you could pull it off, or even if you could, it would be able to defeat the Ten Tails.
So then,
It's cool. We get to see a little bit more of what we didn't get to see.
Hey, Shikaku.
What is it? How?
The strategy you came up with. Did you tell them about it because you really believe they could defeat Ten Tails? Or
He just happened to ask.
Do you believe they could actually do it?
Your abilities.
Here it comes. That'd be so scary.
And then after that, they both told me that they were very proud of you, their son and their daughter. They also said that they were certain you'd be able to pull it off. They believed in you without even a hint of doubt.
That's just what he needed to hear.
It was quite a fitting end for them. So now, let me ask you something. Does that answer your question?
yes, sir. Thank you so very much.
That was nice. It's so. It was almost like a little bit of character development for Shikamaru.
Must be someone who's lived their whole life following their shinobi path.
Yeah.
How beautiful. Are you okay? You surviving?
Oh.
Finally. It took forever to find you, Dad. So
I've just been laying here.
Hey, Shikadai. What do you say? You want to go grab something to eat with your old man?
Yes.
It's fun to do every once in a while. We used to go out and eat after training together all the time, right? Come on, I'll treat you to anything you want.
Ooh, how nice. He's feeling good today.
Is that a person or is it a house?
It's the top of a house.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that's a person. I just like.
It's on top of a building.
So did something good happen, or?
Something very good
Nobody
happened.
knows.
He got kind of
What
like
does that mean?
almost closure on his dad's death.
What can I say? Adults have a lot going on.
Being an adult kind of sounds like a drag.
Wow. It is a drag. Quite a drag.
I wonder if he's actually learning anything by watching me. I guess someday the time will come when I entrust him with everything too.
I hope
Dad,
not. Unless you're actually like old.
hurry up already.
Goodness.
Yeah. What a brat. Do we have to run there?
Do you know how fast Shikamaru could be if he tried?
It's true.
Oh.
Whoa. He's very fast now. Well, there you go. Another episode of Boruto.
That was a juicy one.
I
I got my jellies.
got my jellies too. I was trying not to tear up. It's too beautiful.
That was a time.
That was a time, wasn't it? Every episode back then was just madness going on.
Gosh. There was like hardly like no Boruto in that one.
No, there wasn't. Boruto wasn't even in
But
this.
I really I think honestly Shikamaru and Shikadai are like, they've always been, Shikamaru was always one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I like Shikadai because he's just like his dad. So
Yeah.
it's nice to actually have a focus on them for once.
It was nice to focus on Shikamaru and Ino, of like, you know, you would have thought all their character development is done for the story, but they still had a little bit of story they could have for them.
And we almost saw a tiny bit more of Naruto with their parents, like in the moment.
Yeah, we got to see like an extra scene that we didn't get to see back from Shippuden. Yeah, of them like right before they died. You know what their last words were, and it was to him. He's like, "You guys actually believe that they could do it?" He's like, "Yeah." They believed in them wholeheartedly. They were proud of them, and then it was cool to see the when it was coming in.
So scary. God.
You know, at any second you'll just die instantly, and to think that guy didn't die.
Right.
He's the only one who lived, and he lost his whole body. Was in a coma.
And then feeling like survivor's guilt.
Yeah, of like, I sometimes think I wish I would have just died back then with them. You know, why did I live on? And he's like, I just have to like live every day of like in honor of them, basically.
Good to remember. I'm so juicy.
Would it makes you feel soft and juicy?
It's good that they still remember the war. A lot of people fought.
It was a very crazy war.
died.
I like that Tsunade was the one giving the message. We don't really see a lot of Tsunade anymore. And that she talked about Madara Uchiha.
Wasn't she like cut in half? The one
Yeah, she was.
Oh, they were crazy times.
It was a crazy show. It was nice that they have a day of remembrance for that war,
Yeah.
because that was the war to end all wars. That was the end of the world, basically.
But the day they have to entrust everything to the younger generation is going to be scary. Because they're so strong. How are they going to learn? Step up
Well, they
to
said
that?
like the new generation doesn't know anything about war.
No.
And they're hoping that they never do know anything about war. But you know, maybe a war will eventually come. The 5th Great Ninja War. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
They don't need to know. They've been living in peace times all this time, so they're a bit brattier, all the kids. But you know, times can change. It was a very retrospective episode.
I liked it.
It was a really good episode. It was a good way to start the new arc because that character Ao, he's gonna play a very big role.
He's gonna carry on being in it.
He's gonna be. That's why it's almost like introducing him, because in the manga it didn't introduce him like that. It was sort of just there. Yeah, and I'm like, who is he? I'm like, I recognize him, and I'm like, oh my god, it's him. He lived. Since when did he live? So they kind of just introduced him in this way, and like he gave his story of how he survived. We didn't get any of that in the manga of how he survived and you know everything he went through.
That's what I like when they do sort of anime only canon. I like stuff like that because that actually has character development.
Yeah.
It builds on stuff that is canon, like, and it actually matters.
Yeah.
And it's almost a bit fan servicey in a way. And I'm all for fan service.
I'm all for the fan. Give me more fan service. Service me. But yeah, it was good. A little cry episode. It's nice to know that the series can still get your emotions. It's still there. It knows how to tug those little heartstrings. Did you enjoy?
I did.
Hopefully everyone else enjoyed. Like, subscribe if you did. And as always, have a great one.
Right from the very beginning.
You can control it?
Allow me to change its course from the outside.
Wow.
Oh, it changed.